Many people wake up each morning hoping to have a little more energy. They wonder if today will feel easier than yesterday. It is a natural thought, but after 60, perhaps there is a different question worth asking. Not, how can I have more energy? But, how can I take better care of the energy I already have? Because steady energy is rarely found in one perfect habit or one magical solution. It grows quietly through the small choices we make each day. The moments we choose balance instead of rushing. The times we stop before becoming exhausted. The goal after 60 is not to wake up with endless energy. It is to protect the energy that helps you enjoy the life you love. And perhaps that is where steady energy truly begins. We often imagine that energy is lost through big efforts, a long day, hard work, or physical activity, but many days, that is not what leaves us feeling exhausted. Instead, it is the constant switching, one thought to another, one task to the next, one responsibility before the last one has even ended. Without realizing it, the mind stays busy from morning until night, always planning, always remembering, always trying to keep everything moving. The body follows that rhythm. Even when we are sitting still, it rarely feels truly at rest. After 60, this quiet kind of busyness can become surprisingly expensive, not because we are doing too much, but because we are asking our attention to be everywhere at once. Perhaps protecting our energy begins with something very simple. Doing one thing, then allowing ourselves to be fully present with it, because sometimes the body is not tired, it is simply overloaded. One of the simplest ways to protect our energy is to give the day a few gentle anchors, not a strict schedule, not a long checklist, just a few familiar moments the body can quietly count on. Perhaps it is sitting by the window with a warm cup of tea each morning, watering the plants before breakfast, reading a few pages of a favorite book in the afternoon, or taking a slow walk before the sun begins to set. These moments may seem ordinary, but they gently remind the body that life does not always have to feel rushed. They create small pauses where the mind can settle, and when the mind feels settled, the body often follows. Over time, these quiet rituals become more than habits. They become places of rest woven into the day, not because they solve every problem, but because they give us something steady to return to. Perhaps that is what many of us need most after 60. Not more excitement, but more moments that feel familiar, peaceful, and gently our own. Because sometimes the smallest anchors help us carry the greatest energy. As we grow older, we often become more careful with how we spend our time. Perhaps we can also become more thoughtful about how we spend our energy. One quiet place where energy disappears is in constant decision-making. What should I do first? Should I go today or tomorrow? What should I cook? Should I keep saying yes when I already feel tired? None of these questions seem very important on their own, yet together they ask the mind to keep working, even during moments that could have felt peaceful. That is why many people discover something unexpected after 60. Life does not always become easier when we add more. Sometimes it becomes gentler when we simplify, keeping a few favorite meals, wearing clothes that feel comfortable, leaving space between appointments, allowing some days to unfold without filling every hour. These are not signs of giving up. They are quiet ways of protecting what matters most. Because every unnecessary decision asks the body to spend a little more energy, and every simple choice leaves a little more energy for living. Perhaps caring for our energy is not only about what we do, it is also about what we no longer need to carry. Many of us grew up believing that a good day meant getting everything done, finishing every task, helping everyone who needed us, giving all that we had. For many years, that way of living may have felt natural, but after 60, the body often begins to teach us a different lesson. Perhaps a good day is not one that leaves us completely exhausted. Perhaps it is one that leaves us with enough energy to enjoy the evening, to sit outside for a few quiet minutes, to share a conversation, to read a book, or simply to end the day feeling peaceful instead of depleted. Not every bit of energy needs to be spent. In fact, leaving a little energy unused may be one of the kindest gifts we can give ourselves, because tomorrow's strength is often shaped by how gently we finish today. Healthy aging is not about reaching the end of the day with nothing left. It is about reaching the end of the day with something still to enjoy. Perhaps that is what steady energy truly looks like. Not endless energy, but enough energy to keep living the moments that matter most. One of the quietest ways we lose energy is by comparing ourselves to the way we used to be, or to the people around us. We notice someone who seems to do more, walk farther, stay busy longer, and without meaning to, we begin wondering if we should be able to do the same. But energy has never followed the same path for everyone. Even on the same day, one person may feel full of energy, while another needs a slower pace. Neither experience is wrong. After 60, listening to the body often matters more than measuring it against someone else's. There will be days when you feel strong enough to do a little more, and there will be days when rest comes more naturally. Both are part of living well. Perhaps caring for your energy means trusting your own rhythm instead of chasing someone else's, because the healthiest pace is not the fastest one. It is the pace that allows you to keep showing up for the life you love, and that pace belongs to you alone. By now, you may have noticed something. None of the ideas we've shared today are dramatic. There is no secret formula, no perfect routine, no single habit that changes everything overnight. Instead, steady energy is often supported by many small things working quietly together. A peaceful morning, a slower pace when the body asks for it, a simple meal, a familiar daily ritual, a little energy saved for the evening. On their own, these choices may seem almost too small to matter, but together they create something powerful, not because they transform life in a single day, but because they gently support the body one day after another. Perhaps healthy aging has never been about finding one perfect answer. Perhaps it has always been about caring for ourselves in small, consistent ways. Because the smallest habits, repeated with kindness, often become the strongest foundation for lasting energy. As we grow older, we may never have the same energy we once had, and perhaps that is not something we need to mourn, because the goal has never been to return to the past. It has always been to care well for the life we are living today. Steady energy is not built through one perfect day. It is shaped by the quiet choices we make again and again. Choosing peace instead of rushing, rest instead of guilt, presence instead of pressure, and kindness instead of constant expectations. Little by little, those choices begin to change the way we feel. Not all at once, but gently. The goal after 60 is not to wake up with endless energy. It is to protect the energy that helps you enjoy the life you love. Because healthy aging is not about doing more. It is about living more fully with what you already have. And perhaps that is what steady energy truly feels like.